Hey guys, how you doing? Today I'm here with Stephen Hart, who's a fellow YouTuber and an HIV activist. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Would you tell me a little bit more about what you do?
My channel is called Hart Talks, and I talk about my life as somebody living with HIV, but also the other things that are going on in life, because there's so much more to me than just that one thing. So I've been an actor, I have trained as a nurse, I had a transplant. So there's all these different things that have happened in my life. So I kind of talk about different stuff.
We recently met at an Impulse recruitment day, and we possibly will be working together in the advocacy team. On top of that, I also asked Stephen to be part of a project that I'm doing, which is called How to Stay Positive When You Test Positive. And that's something I've been working on since last year, since about October, November. And it was just going to be this short video of, me telling you what I think you should do when you test positive and how I can help you, how I can aid your recovery, especially mental recovery, because, physically you take medication and you're undetectable and it's cool. But there's so much stigma still. And so I've been interviewing a bunch of people, a bunch of amazing people who I hand-selected, who I think can really help you recover, help you live well, and give you information. It's like a toolbox, if you wish. And yeah, our interview was amazing. It was one of my faves, for sure. I mean, they're all amazing, but I feel like I knew what I was doing. Why did you take part in this project?
I took part in this project because I remember being diagnosed in 2006 and not knowing where to turn. Thinking that I was the only one that was going through this. And obviously I knew I'd seen Freddie Mercury had passed away, Rock Hudson had died from AIDS. There had been people in the public eye that had died, but it was people that had died, and I just didn't know anybody that was living. So that was one of my main reasons for taking part, to show that there are people like you and I that are living with it and surviving and being victorious and doing what we're doing.
That's it, thriving, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about survival. A lot of people say that's not a death sentence, and I've grown to, now I've relaxed about it, but for the first couple of years, I just really hated that term, because I continuously heard people trying to cheer me up by putting me and death in one sentence, and just talking about how I'm not gonna die. But living with HIV is not just about not dying. Life is not about not dying, right? It's about thriving and surviving, thriving, doing well. And that sounds quite dark, that the role models you had were all dead. Do you think that's changing now?
Definitely.
Because it's been what, 13 years?
Yeah. And I didn't, to be honest as well, Kate, I didn't know where to look, I didn't know where on the internet to look for people like you and I didn't know, there were organisations, but I just didn't, I was just so scared of this death sentence that I felt I'd been given, that I just didn't know where to go or who to tell. I was very, very secretive about my diagnosis and how I'd become positive. So it was all just a big secret.
Yeah,
so
I know that feeling.
It didn't make it easy to find people.
Right. And you guys know, I mean, those of you who know me, you know that I kept it to myself despite working in sex work, which is totally cool, by the way. But I didn't feel like I could talk about it, and that's a really dark place. I suspect that many of you who follow either me or Stephen, you may feel the same way. So I really hope that this project can help you move forward, move away from that. Is there anything in this interview that particularly stood out to you? Anything you liked?
Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but the end part, you asked me to think of something that I would tell myself, and I won't tell you what I said, but it just, when I did tell myself on film the advice that I would give my younger self, it hit me here, and I felt really emotional.
Really
I think we both did, didn't we? And I just thought, whoa. I thought, if I only knew then what I know now, but I suppose I had to go through that time, of learning about how I could live with it,
I kind of wish that I asked this question more directly in the previous interviews, although I did try to get people to kind of go back to how it felt when they were first diagnosed. And to start with, I think because of my own shame around suffering, I kind of feel really self-indulgent. Like, why, almost like I was fetishizing the pain. But now, being doing this project for a while, I now see how healing that has been. To see other people actually acknowledging the pain, and actually working through it rather than just burying it, because that, from my experience at least, it just doesn't lead it to anything. You don't progress until you understand the position you're in, and you know where you are mentally around your diagnosis, and start incorporating it into your life as a permanent feature. Where can we find you on social?
You can find me Hart Talks on YouTube, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at StephenHart72. I'm there, so come and find me.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow him. And the project will be out, I don't have an exact date yet, but it will be out spring, summer. I have a couple more interviews to do. I'm really excited because this is the biggest project I've done so far, and I think it potentially could have great impact. Really excited to share it with you. I'll see you soon, or you'll see me soon.
See you later.
Mwah.